So I've been doing a lot of body weight exercises lately, so I decided that I wanted to do a muscle up. And I figured that I'd make a little bit of a series out of it. So this is the first episode of A Road to Muscle Up. But anyways, let's get into the actual workout. Alright, I'm just gonna start this off with some pull-ups. Can I do a third? I don't count that. Okay, so I usually do a few sets of pull-ups, and then I do a dead hang. So I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, time for the dead hang. Hey, that was actually a pretty good dead hang right there. All right, it's 2 sets of dead hangs. All right, I'm good on dead hangs for this session. Now it's time for chin-ups. I find these a lot easier than pull-ups. I think it's because they require more bicep strength, which I have more of, so. One more. Can I do one more? Hey, that was 6. That was pretty good. That was the first part of the workout. Now I'm gonna go make some food. Your diet plays a big role into, like your gains and stuff. So I've been trying to eat like non-processed food and a lot of protein and having like a balanced diet. Get some garlic salt on there. Cooking pretty nicely. Anyway, here's the final product. It doesn't look that good, but it's my fuel, so yeah. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'm gonna start doing some workouts that you can kind of do anywhere, as long as there's some flat ground. As you can see, I'm doing this outside, but you can do this at your house or wherever, anywhere where there's flat ground, really. But one of the things that I like about calisthenics is that you can do it anywhere, and that includes outside. And I personally love the outdoors. I'd much rather work out here. Also, I am warming up for these workouts. I just think that warm-ups are pretty boring to film, and I don't really think that's something you guys would like to see. So I'm just gonna do that off camera. If that is something you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments, but I would assume it wouldn't be something you guys would want to see. So anyways, let's get right into it. So I usually start off with something easy like jump squats. So that's what I'm gonna start off with. And then from there, I usually do plank. And then I usually just rep out push-ups. So after that, I usually do some handstands. I definitely have the strength to do them, but my balance is still a little bit off, but I'm working on it, so here's a few clips. Well, I overshot that one. There's more exercises that I usually do, and I do this a few times, like I do the circuit a few times, but that's like the bare minimum of what I do for like a normal workout, and then I'll repeat that. I've got some weights that I lift, you know, I do a bunch of other stuff, but that's basically my calisthenics routine. I just kind of wanted to lay down like a base foundation for the rest of the series to show you guys like what I do. I'm gonna be putting in a little bit of a cardio segment after this, but yeah, in the future I'll show you guys more in depth of like my workouts and stuff, but for the first episode I just wanted to lay a little bit of a baseline down. All right, y'all, so I'm walking a little bit. It's important to get some cardio in your exercise routine too. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go on a bit of a run. I've been trying to run a little bit lately, and we're just gonna wait for the sun to go down and run a bit. Then we're gonna go up to the sunset spot and just kind of finish off the video and enjoy the sunset. All right, so we made it to a little bit of a pond, and honestly I might just chill here. It's a pretty chill spot. See over there, there's like some bird. He almost looks like a sandpiper, but we're nowhere near the ocean. So I'm not sure what that is, but it's a pretty chill spot. So I might hang out here, or I might go up in the woods to look for a sunset spot. But I haven't ran a mile yet, but honestly, if I'm gonna hang out here, I'd rather just start chilling here now. So yeah. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go up into the woods. So I'm gonna climb this hill. Actually, I might run up it. I'm gonna go up this way and find a little spot to watch the sunset. All right, y'all, we've made it to the location. Pretty good view. The sun's about to go down. It's important to get exercise, but it's also important to enjoy nature and to be, you know, outside, because, you know, that's kind of what we were made to do. We weren't made to be in all these artificial environments. We were, you know, our ancestors lived out in the wilderness, and, you know, that's why it feels so good to be out on the beach or to go on a hike, because it's natural. You know, when we're just on our phones all the time, we don't really get to experience that. And when we're inside all the time, we don't really get to experience that. So yeah, I try to get out pretty often. But anyway, yeah. So this is a pretty good spot to end the video. I'm gonna pick up the camera again when the sun's like actually setting. While I'm waiting, I'm actually gonna see if I can climb up this tree or like crawl up it. Be a bit of a balance, but that's all right. All right, we still got a little ways to go till we're at the top. All right, we're at the very top of the tree now. It's very skinny up here, as you can see. The sun is almost there. It is almost set. All right, the sun's really starting to set, and yeah, so one of the reasons I like going out for the sunset as well is it kind of tells me, you know, the day's over. It helps me, you know, rethink what I've done for the day, and also just to like kind of let my internal clock know that nighttime's coming up. Honestly, I think it helps me sleep, but I don't know. Anyways, sleep's important, especially, you know, if you're doing exercise and stuff. because your muscles and your body need sleep to repair themselves so that you're more physically capable the next day and so that you make your gains. And sleep's just important for anyone's well-being and health, regardless of what your lifestyle is. All right, y'all, the sun's going down and that marks the end of our video. Here's to many more to come, because I'm going to be posting more. My goal is to do a muscle up, and I'll do that. And also, you're going to see me progress a lot on this, and hopefully I can inspire more of you guys to do this too. But if you like this video, I have more that are already posted, and I'm going to be posting more. So hit subscribe, leave a comment, and like. It helps out a ton. And yeah, that's it. Peace.